This is the Music History Today podcast for February the 28th. On today's show, Michael Jackson makes Grammy history. Before we forget, though, we very humbly ask you to like and subscribe to the channel if you do find it interesting. It does help with that algorithm, or at least that's what they keep saying. So, thank you very much if you do. First up, though, on this date in 1954, Sparks Records label was formed by the songwriting duo of Jerry Leiber and Mike Stoller. In 1966, the original Cavern Club in Liverpool, England, where the Beatles made their mark, closed due to financial problems. It has since reopened in a different spot. In 1972, George Harrison and Pattie Boyd were involved in a car accident on the M4 motorway near Maidenhead. In 1977, an audience member attacked Ray Charles while he was performing on stage during a concert at the Dorothy Chandler Pavilion in Los Angeles and tried to strangle him with a microphone cord. Ray survived, thankfully. In 1978, the Village People played their first concert. It was at the Odyssey nightclub in Brooklyn, New York, which is the same nightclub that inspired the movie Saturday Night Fever. In 1986, the movie Pretty in Pink, which was loosely based on the song of the same name by the Psychedelic Furs, opened in movie theaters. In 1989, the TV show Coach, co-starring singer and actress Shelley Fabares, premiered on ABC television. In 1998, Garth Brooks was the host and musical guest on Saturday Night Live. In 1998, same day, the movie Titanic completed a unique pop culture hat trick, holding down the number one movie slot, the number one single slot, and the number one album slot, all in the same week. Celine Dion's song from the movie Titanic, My Heart Will Go On, hit number one on the American music charts on that date. It joined the movie soundtrack, which was already number one on the albums chart for 4 straight weeks at that point, and the movie, which was already the number one movie in America for 9 straight weeks and counting at that point. In 1999, Hole and Marilyn Manson started their extremely short tour, which lasted for exactly 9 concerts. In 2003, the movie Cradle to the Grave, co-starring DMX, premiered. In 2012, the Malaysian government canceled Erykah Badu's concert in their country because Erykah had a tattoo that said Allah in Arabic. In 2019, film music composer and conductor Andre Previn passed away at the age of 89. And on that same exact day, Weezer opened their own world in the Fortnite video game called Weezer World. In award ceremonies that were held on February the 28th, in 1976, Natalie Cole became the first Black American to win the Best New Artist Grammy. In 1984, Michael Jackson won 8 Grammy Awards, including Album of the Year for Thriller. His 8 Grammy Awards in one ceremony was the record all to himself until Santana ended up tying the record about 20 or 30 some odd years later. In 1996, Alanis Morissette became the youngest person to win the Album of the Year Grammy for her album Jagged Little Pill. She did that at the age of 21 years and 272 days old. That record would hold for a decade until Taylor Swift became the youngest with her album Fearless at 20 years and 49 days old. And then, of course, Billie Eilish broke Taylor's record at 18 years and 39 days old. The person Alanis took the youngest winner record from, by the way, Barbra Streisand, who was 22 years and 18 days old when she won the Album of the Year Grammy back in 1964. Stevie Wonder also received the Lifetime Achievement Award during that particular ceremony. In 2001, Jay-Z, Destiny's Child, and the Isley Brothers were among the big winners at the Soul Train Music Awards. In 2005, Usher, Ciara, and Ice Cube were among the big winners at the Soul Train Music Awards. And in 2016, Adele and Sam Smith were among the big winners at the Grammy Awards. Albums that were released on February the 28th include in 1963 when the Miracles released The Fabulous Miracles and Sam Cooke released Mr. Soul. In 1983, Styx released Kilroy Was Here and the Ramones released Subterranean Jungle. In 1984, Weird Al Yankovic released In 3D, Queen released The Works. In 1986, the Pretty in Pink soundtrack came out. In 1989, the Indigo Girls released their self-titled album. In 1990, Eric Johnson released Avia Musicom, and the Little River Band released Get Lucky. In 1992, Yoko Ono released Ono Box. In 1995, Jewel released her debut album, Pieces of You. In 1995, same day, Delamitri released Twisted, and Steve Earle released Train A-Comin'. In 2000, AC/DC released Stiff Upper Lip. In 2005, Judas Priest released Angel of Retribution. And in 2006, Elvis Costello released My Flame Burns Blue. Singles that were released on February the 28th include in 1966 when Paul Revere and the Raiders released Kicks. In 1968, Elvis Presley did a twofer. He released U.S. Mail and Stay Away. In 1972, the J. Giles Band released I Don't Need You No More. In 1981, Rush released Limelight. In 1995, The Blues Traveler released Runaround. In 2005, REM released Electron Blue. In 2006, Shakira and Wyclef Jean released Hips Don't Lie. Shakira, Shakira. Yes, indeed. And in 2019, the Jonas Brothers released Sucker. Artists who were born on February the 28th include Pat Monahan of Train, Phil Gould of Level 42, Brian Jones of the Rolling Stones, singer Joe South, singer Barbara Acklin, Ian Stanley of Tears for Fears, Cindy Wilson of the B-52s, country music singer Jason Aldean, Marty Sanders of Jay and the Americans, folk music singer John Fahey, Ronnie Rossman of Tommy James and the Shondells, Randy Jackson of Zebra, Marcus Lillington of Breathe, singer Fifi Dobson, musician Donnie Iris, singer Crystal Kay, Don Chacon of the Four Seasons, keyboardist Jeff Nichols, Jerry Ludzik of Dakota, Martin Thiele of Rio Statics, Joel DeLeon of CNCO, or Cinco if you will, rapper Boef, rapper Whit Lowry, singer Mara Justine, country music singer Audrey Williams, singer Josh Taylor, and singer Jason Bugg. Artists who unfortunately passed away on February the 28th, other than the ones mentioned earlier, include violinist Friedrich Rust, opera singer Pauline Luca, musician and early music advocate Arnold Dolmetsch, music publisher Joris Riamont, jazz saxophonist Bobby Jasper, singer Bobby Bloom, singer David Byron of the group Uriah Heep, singer Ray Ellington, singer La Lupe, entertainer extraordinaire Ruby Keeler, jazz saxophonist Skippy Williams, blues guitarist Ace Wallace, conductor Max Rudolph, big band saxophonist and conductor George Saravo, violinist Helmut Zacharias, singer Gene Allison, drummer Chris Curtis of the group The Searchers, jazz drummer Irv Kluger, singer-songwriter Billy Thorpe of Billy Thorpe and the Aztecs, keyboardist and singer Mike Smith of the Dave Clark Five, bassist T-Bone Wolf of Hall & Oates' band, singer Maxie Maxwell, Broadway composer Harvey Schmidt, sound engineer Bob Heel, singer-songwriter Kat Janis, and Don Lee Van Winkle of The American Dream. Next on the Music History Today podcast, it is February 29th, otherwise known as that once every 4 years day, Leap Day, when in 2012, singer Davy Jones of the Monkees passed away from heart issues at the age of 66.